The evolution of 360 cameras has been surprisingly fast. In just a few generations, we've gone from low-resolution experimental footage to stabilized, high-detail immersive video that creators actually rely on. The Insta360 X5 already pushes things further than most people expected. With 8K capture, improved stitching, and strong stabilization, it has reached a point where, for many creators, resolution is no longer the main limitation anymore. And that raises a bigger question. When image quality is good enough, what exactly comes next? Because every camera category eventually hits this wall. First, it's resolution, then stabilization, then low-light performance. And once those are solved, the real innovation has to move somewhere else. This is where competition starts to matter again. With companies like DJI aggressively expanding into imaging hardware, the entire compact camera space is under pressure. Even without official confirmation of next-generation 360 systems, the direction is becoming clear: bigger sensors, smarter processing, and more reliance on computational imaging instead of just pushing megapixels higher. That's exactly why the rumored X6 generation is generating so much discussion. But interestingly, the conversation isn't focused on resolution anymore. Instead, creators are talking about things like smoother high-frame-rate 8K recording, better thermal control during long sessions, and improved dynamic range in challenging lighting. These are not flashy upgrades, but they matter far more in real-world shooting conditions, especially for travel filmmakers, action sports creators, and documentary-style content. Then there's another pressure building underneath all of this: AI. Across creator communities, the frustration is consistent. 360 cameras capture everything, but the editing process still slows everything down. You still have to reframe shots, choose angles, and spend hours trimming footage that technically already exists in perfect detail. So the speculation around the next generation isn't just about hardware anymore. It's about whether cameras like the next Insta360 system could start handling more of that process automatically. Not fully replacing the creator, but reducing the workload. Maybe cutting editing time in half. Maybe making storytelling faster, more intuitive, more direct. But that idea still comes with skepticism. Because so far, AI in cameras has mostly been assistive, not truly intelligent. It helps, but it doesn't take over. And the gap between marketing promises and actual editing workflows is still very real. So that leaves the industry in a strange position. If resolution is no longer the bottleneck, and AI is not yet mature enough to transform the workflow, then what exactly defines the next generation of 360 cameras? That question is becoming more important than any spec sheet. And maybe that's the real story behind the X6 discussion, not what it improves, but what it has to redefine.